still believe us, or let's see how many people not believe in us.
Right. Well, the thing
Throw
is,
that out there,
well,
and they see, and especially for us black people.
They put out there and see what sticks.
Oh, see what sticks. Okay, this ain't sticking. Okay, let's draw that back. Okay, oh look, they're not believing us no more. We're gonna have to calm down.
Yeah, so they had to go and get over. Katt Williams took it to another level.
But Katt Williams said, I don't know how much control opposition, but he did say, why would the lie more know the people who lie on you, the people who lie on you know the truth.
Exactly. But that's the reason why they're lying. But it's a good reason. But it's funny you mentioned Katt Williams because he mentioned 3 numbers in that interview that all had to do with the Roman Catholic Church and the Jesuit order. The number 35, the number 46, and the number 201. Now I forget how he referenced the number 35 and 46, but I do remember how he mentioned the number 201. The number 201 is it's like going back to I was saying the number. It is very significant to the Jesuits. Okay, now I already broke down the 35 and 46 and how it's connected to the Catholic Church. 201 is connected to the Jesuit order. If you type in the phrase the Jesuit order, you get 201. The reason why that's significant, there is no coincidence that this man just spitting those numbers out like that. Okay, and it just so happened that he was speaking on it. He was basically communicating with the elite, letting them know, hey, yeah, I'm down for the cause. I ain't gonna make no waves. I'm gonna do as I'm told. And that's exactly what he did. So when he mentioned those numbers, I'm like, damn, what first killed me when he get to 201. Then he mentioned 35, then he mentioned 46. So I'm like, man, ain't no way in hell. It's like he's been kind of bought out too. But he was exposing so many of those comedians in such a way that's like, I mean, I get it, once you come into the fold in the entertainment industry and you're a part of that $10 million, $20 million a year club.
Let me tell you about the $20 million, $10 million a year club, those comedians. What he basically did, and I guess it's all right for me, is when somebody, it's an old saying goes, if you tell a lie on me, I'll just tell the truth about you. And it's gonna be worse. Right? So he was just telling the truth about them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Knowing what I know, even when doing podcasts, I done heard my talking points on plenty of podcasts.
Right.
Right? So everybody's like, you know what I'm saying? And they were saying he stole some people piggyback and they steal they'll steal your shit bar for bar.
Right.
Word for word.
Now that's I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of like part of the
that's part of the game once you put your content out. Then once you put your content out there, that's why also I wrote the book. So now you know my talking points. Most of it's gonna coincide with alpha male rules to live by. It's in the book. I've been said this since 2020. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But it's okay because I just felt like, when I was going back with some friends and colleagues of mine on a podcast earlier this week, I said, I feel like it's okay because they lied on him. Because Cedric came on the podcast and say,
I didn't steal his joke.
I didn't steal his joke. Okay, you could have said, well, I borrowed it, I took a little, I piggybacked off his joke. He was like, I never did that.
Well, that's the thing. When you got
those folks, of course you take offense to that, right?
Yeah, but
you gonna come on
he's
that?
protected though.
Huh?
You know he's protected because it's not about. I wouldn't say it's not about what you can prove, but
they proved it.
They proved it, but guess what? But when you got a team of people out there that can continuously put out information that contradicts what Katt is saying, it ain't really about what you believe. You know what I'm saying? It's what about how they can program you and how much information they can shove down your throat until you accept it.
I honestly don't think they could disprove it. They just gloss over it.
Exactly.
I heard some guy say, I forgot what comedian it was. I knew he was down with whatever they was wanting him to do, he was gonna do. And that's you. If that's your goal to be a comedian or be an actor, because most comedians want to be actors anyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's your goal.
They want to get that acting money.
Oh, y'all, it ain't gonna stop. It ain't gonna stop nothing. Mm-hmm. And he kind of right.
Right.
And I call that, like, at least with Gematria, we could take it and use it to our advantage.
Right.
But all this other stuff Katt talking about, he stole such and such joke. That's like
That's
useless.
facts.
That's facts, but that's useless truth. I can't do nothing with that. I still gotta pay my mortgage. Me
Right.
knowing this information ain't gonna help me get to the next level. None of that. All you telling me is if I happen to go to Hollywood, the higher I go, the more egregious things I have to do. And
Yeah,
I might have to go.
basically
I might have to
gets.
go against my manhood. Right?
No, ain't no might.
Yeah, right. So you're gonna have to go against somebody gonna try you, basically. So if you ever see me in $100 million movie making $50 million, I done did something egregious.
You done took
So
up the ass, or you done
so
somebody else in the ass.
Pause. I ain't doing that.
Just saying.
I know.
What goes on?
I'm not for I ain't gonna sell my soul like that. I done lived 2 weeks with no AC, no electricity. I'll be fine. I don't mind that because I'm happy doing what I'm doing. I'm gonna take it to the next level, but I can't compromise who I am. That's
you are just for some money.
That's the alpha
But
energy.
that's the thing, and that's why they love. But that's also why Hollywood loves people that are dreamers. Yeah, they come in the game. They might see someone who inspired them to want to become an actor, and they don't know what it takes to become an actor. They don't know what it really entails. You know what I'm saying? Until you get on that casting couch, you might have some Jewish guy just come up and just whip it out and be like, "Hey, you want this part? You know, put your mouth on my meat." Some bullshit like that. I'm for real. But that's how they get down. And then, and Katt Williams even said, a part of the agreement is, we can take you down whenever we get ready.
Yeah, but that's that same thing. I mentioned this a week or two ago by Jonathan Majors. I was like, the man got a stupid misdemeanor. He's not gonna go to jail for that. But they still got rid of him. They just
they just needed a reason.
Any type of. But like I said before, I think he was getting he was growing a spine, and when you grow a spine, they don't like that.
Of
they
course,
gotta take you down.
Because they want you to be
right.
They want you to want to be a part of their clubs, and once you get to a certain point and you don't want to be a part of their clubs, then that's when they really want to get after you. But they gotta wait till you get to a certain point, just like with Tupac. I mean, with really any famous person, who they'll tell you their beginning days is when they had the most fun, because they weren't, presented with all these bullshit ass rituals. It wasn't until a lot of money was on the line where they was pressured to doing things they didn't want to do.
Right. So, and which brings me back to like what I say on alphacology, like my manhood is very important to me. Mm-hmm. I have my principles, I have my morals. Maybe them guys don't have those principles and morals, but it just shows you that no matter on what level you are, you're gonna deal with some shit that's going to make you question who you are, or you're gonna find out who you are. You're gonna find out what you're made of. Same thing when you playing basketball or football and it's tryout day, you're gonna find out what you're made of.
Yeah, facts.
Right? So, but that's the fun part. That's the easy part. You just better than everybody else. But at some point in Hollywood, it ain't even about being better than everybody else. It's about how cooperative. Yeah, but it's about how cooperative you are. So that's why the cooperation comes into play. I do think at some point, those guys could be like, all right, that's it. This is as far as I'm gonna go, because now they asking me to do some weird stuff.
Well, that's the thing. That's how they get down anyway.
But that's what I was figuring that out too. I call it being gay. You want to be gay for pay, then that's on you.
Right.
That's always always been in you.
But not only that, but you have to understand is there's two roads. There's what's the rapper name? Noriega.
Right.
He did an interview some years ago. He said there's two lanes you can go down. He didn't take either one. That's what he said. But he has a very good podcast, that's been running for a good little minute now. But he talks about how you can go down that gay lane, or you can go down the ritual blood sacrifice lane. Well, you might have family members that you want.
Yeah, I done heard that stuff. But I done heard.
Never took either one, but you done did something, because nothing against the brother, but everybody know in this world today that if you making a shitload of money and you in the industry, chances are somebody got something on you. Somebody in the industry got something dirt on you, and you gotta continue to cooperate, because they can take you down whenever they get ready.
I don't think a billionaire ever, and just like you saying, like somebody got billions. I don't think a billionaire ever got all their money fair and square. They had the cutthroat. That's
obvious.
They had to cut some throats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They had to do all that extra stuff. Same thing with what I see like a mega church. It's cool, but
well, all those mega churches, they got to go through having a file. They got to go through the state anyway.
They got to go through.
And they're definitely connected to the state. And even though they'll try to say church and state are supposed to be separate, but they're connected through the 501c3.
Yeah, I done seen church paperwork. Trust me, that is government all the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is fine because it ain't.
No, it's not fine.
Why it ain't fine?
Well, because the thing is,
now how you go in your mega church, hey, we done heard. You done heard.
Yeah. You said which is fine. But I'm just saying that ain't fine because you church and state are supposed to be separate. You see what I'm saying? But they're connected through the 501c3. So if you know somebody who really has a church and who really has good intentions, and they're not connected to the government in any way, shape, or form, those are the people who really are, really trying to do their best to be the best person they could be, versus folks who are connected to the state and got these mega churches and already know, okay, hey, we get this thing rolling to the point we can put ATM machines in our church. You know what I mean?
Make $2 million a Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Just like
so
that.
What? Like I said, it's something going on, but that's something I heard on Dr. Umar when he was like, okay, y'all make all this money, where is it going?
It's going to them. And then also they take an oath. They take an oath. I forget what the Treaty of Verona is what it's called. If you hear about a big name preacher and they go meet up with the Pope, they're going to take that oath. The Treaty of Verona, and it's connected to the Jesuits. The T.D. Jakes, all of them do, and as you notice, all of them go down the same way. But before it was T.D. Jakes, what was the other dude that died of cancer?
I forgot his name.
The pastor in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
No, right over there. Oh, Eddie Long.
Eddie Long, yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
They be having the same little. They be having the same little allegations, situation, stories, and even in HollyWeird, they have the same little allegations, and situations, and stories.
Yeah, same thing. It's just repeated over and over. And then what they do is they'll groom the neck. When that person on their way out, they already got somebody else ready to come up. You know what I'm saying?
So that's the thing, right? And I always said this, like, even Katt Williams, I think he funny. All the dudes he talked about, he was funny.
Of course. He's naturally
I
funny.
never thought Kevin Hart was that funny. I never. I just watched his last special, and I ain't pay attention one bit. I couldn't. But don't say he don't have talent. I'm gonna say this: the most talented people I ever met in my life don't have no Hollywood contracts, and I thought you had to be the best of the best to make it up, to make it that way.
And it really ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
And it ain't got nothing to do with nothing. So you just tell me I need to go this way or that way to make it over there.
Just like Ricky Smiley, right? Ricky Smiley, I never thought of him as being that funny. As a matter of fact,
Ricky Smiley
I've even seen him steal jokes. I've seen him steal cracks and use them, and, do them again.
But I had Ricky Smiley, he's silly. A lot of them silly. Like that silly and funny ain't. Funny is something like you really funny. If I'm in a bad mood and you make me laugh.
Right.
If you're acting silly around me and I'm in a bad mood, I might end up wanting to fight you.
Right. Man,
Yeah, leave me the hell alone. So you come around me in a dress and I'm in a bad, that's not gonna cheer me up.
Right.
But now if you give me a witty comeback or something, you tell me a story and it make me chuckle, that's different. So I looked at it like that. I was like, well, I think these guys are funny. Yeah, if we're just going by the good old, I'm gonna say the good old way of nature or the American way or the good old capitalism way where the best man is supposed to make the most money, that's not true.
Well, see, the thing is, somebody like Katt, all he needs to be funny is a microphone.
Right.
That's it. That's all he needs is a mic. You got everybody else, they might need props just like Kevin Hart. I remember one time he was talking about how, well, I got my own brand, I'm gonna protect my brand, I don't need to wear a dress. And next thing you know, he comes out on Saturday Night Live, he's in a dress, he's the new Pope, and he's coming out with other popes You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. You know, that's the whole Roman Catholic.
So, but I always felt
you
like
know.
that dress thing was a sign of them. Okay, they sold their soul, or maybe they.
But they do that to their own too. They don't just do it to black men. They do it.
They
to
do
white
it.
actors,
They
too.
do
You know what
it.
I'm saying? They do it to whoever.
All right, they do it to all. They do it to all shapes and sizes.
Yeah.
Right. I'm not tripping off that. I'm just saying what I want to see from these so-called celebrities and deities that be, powers that be, is can y'all just give me the best man smoking, best woman smoking, pay them the right way, respect them.
They're not gonna
but
do that.
they're not gonna do. But that's what I'm gonna
Because
say.
there's a bunch of
That's-
other agendas
it's
that
another agenda.
align with that.
And yeah, but guess, and I understand that, and I was trying to explain that to a young man one time. I was like, they do a lot of that stuff just to have something over you, just to
That's
show
exactly
you
what it
who
does.
boss is.
To control you. Because think about it. Let's just say later on they really got a part that they want you to play, right? And you know it may compromise your integrity as a person or as a man. They may not, at the time they know, okay, he may not be with it right now. But if they put you in a position where, okay, you're in compromising positions, and then they present it to you and it's like, okay, well, you either take this role or we expose you. You know what's
Right.
coming later. So you already know what's to come. So it's like at that point, they gotta,
I always
they gotta
say,
continue to go with
I always say Hollywood full of beta males.
Yeah, of course.
They keep the alpha males out of Hollywood.
Yeah, but
That's
in
why-
the NFL, in the NBA, same way.
That's
it's
why-
no different.
Yeah, it's all different but that's why in certain situations, or even the control opposition, everything else, I know, all right, this is probably as far as I go without going against my beliefs as a man, right? I know how much money I can make, and I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm fine with that because I can be able to sleep at night and look my children in the face and say, hey, this all we got. I'm gonna fast y'all. This all I
Yeah,
get.
but you ain't. But you know when you go to bed at night, you ain't did nothing. To come, just like what Katt Williams
I ain't
said.
sacrificing
My
my
goal
manhood
was-
or
yeah,
my
he said-
people.
Yeah, Katt
You
Williams
get
said,
what I'm
my
saying?
goal is to get where I am in Hollywood and still have a virgin booty hole. You know what I'm saying? But
That was
I laughed
funny.
at that. It was funny, but it was so real.
It was
You know
real.
what I'm saying? Because you can go through just about you can pull a name out of a hat, and any
But
multi-millionaire that's in Hollywood has done some gay
But-
stuff, or there's stories about them either being with transsexual.
Like the whole. It's just a young lady I know. She telling me she used to deal with Michael B. Jordan. He was like, man, he really gay, and I'm like, nah.
Well,
Yeah, all right, cool. It is what it is. I don't care, right? I thought he's a good actor. He got great talent, but I don't see celebrities as gods or people I worship. So even on here, I like to talk about them because they have some good stories, and I could give my lessons on being an alpha male, right? And how being a beta male is weak. I'm gonna give you an example. So I just heard an interview with Jonathan Majors, right?
right.
And I just did a podcast on this. And I think he said something like, the lady was like, what would you do differently instead of being in the car? And they alleged that you attacked him. He was like, I should have been strong enough to leave. I should have been strong enough not be in that car. I should have been strong enough not to even be in a relationship with her.
Of course.
And I was like, that's that beta male simp energy. You scared to leave. You scared to walk away from something toxic or something that could mess up your dreams. You already done got. We don't know what he did to get there, but I'm pretty sure he did all that work to get there. He didn't want to stay. Don't you want to stay there? So I always looked at it like, dang, if I'm Jonathan Majors and I know I'm worth $50 million, no skinny white girl gonna ever touch my phone, first and foremost. That's just me. But you know what's so funny?
Saying.
Step one, step one is always gonna be, well, you was with a white girl. That's already strike one.
But
Strike two, you let that girl snatch your phone out. Like, that's too much for me.
But she was probably, you know what I'm saying?
Probably what?
She was probably told to start some type of controversy with him to put him in a predicament he's in right now. And that's what they do. She was probably his handler. No, like
No, she
everybody,
was
once
trying.
you get to, but see, once
She
you
was
get to a
trying to
certain,
be his handler.
but that's what I'm saying.
She
Once
was
you get
trying
a certain level of Hollywood, you make a certain level of money, you're gonna have a handler. Whether if it's your girlfriend or somebody you cool with, it's gonna be somebody gonna be around you all the time and be your agent, whoever.
But that's not
watch
the
your every
first-
move. So,
But even then, what I want you to understand too is that wasn't the first time, and something was going on.
of course not.
Because when he was like, "I need you to be more like Coretta
Coretta
Scott King,"
King and all that.
First of all,
and she's
the girl,
Caucasian.
she's Caucasian from Europe. She don't know nothing about, and she a
Even
runaway
if she
model.
did, she ain't.
She ain't doing that. She don't know nothing about them women you talking about. Right? So that was weird to me, but she recorded it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a whole setup.
It was a whole setup.
It was set up.
That means at some point she was arguing with you to get you out of character, out of your body, so she could have this setup. And when it was time to pull the trigger, they was gonna pull the trigger. But I just wish she was more alpha minded.
Well, the problem is this: the thing is, your priorities. If you're in Hollywood, chances are, if you see men who are in Hollywood and they're getting these roles and they're making this money, somebody probably tap them on the shoulder and say, "Hey, man, you want to move fast up the ladder? Go and get you a white girl." You know what I'm saying?
But they do that in the NFL.
Yeah,
I know that
same
for a
thing.
fact. They do that in the NFL, in the NBA.
Yeah,
they tell you quick. Hey man, you date the white girl. Don't date this kind of.
Yeah, if you want to move up,
yeah.
So
They do that. I done had plenty of stories where they'll tell these athletes to date white women. They'll do it. Or
I would say in closing, right?
the owner gonna come to you with, "Hey man, this is a nice young lady." Trust me, I know.
Right, but then I want to say this in closing, right? Because we're talking a lot about Hollywood, but getting back to the Gematria aspect of it, right? If you look at Puff Daddy, Jay-Z, R. Kelly, and I throw Ricky Smiley in there, right? Okay, after they turned 54, it was a very pivotal point in their lives. Like, okay, after Diddy turned 54.
Diddy 54?
Yeah, he's 54. After he turned 54,
That's a wild boy.
There was a situation to where, all these allegations coming out about his freak parties and all this other stuff, right? He said a whole bunch
Everybody
of
in Miami used to always brag about the Diddy party. Like,
yeah,
go to the Diddy party. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
You're a sugar cookie. But anyway, getting back to
Sugar
your boy, but then you got Jay-Z. You notice after Jay-Z turned 54 in December, you had these allegations coming out about Rihanna and Ray J's ex-girlfriend, who I didn't even know he was involved with. And all these chicks he was involved with when they were young. And supposedly he gave Rihanna herpes, and Rihanna gave it to Chris Brown, and that's why that was the whole root of their whole situation,
Where he was
and why Jay-Z wanted to bury Chris Brown, because really he didn't want the truth to come out that all that was going to be traced back to him. You know what I'm saying? I forget who else. There was some lady that outed him and said that he likes transsexuals on the low. You know what I mean? But all that stuff can get overlooked because he's such a mega star. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people.
That's what kills me about, especially in the black community, when you speak out against somebody. Why you hating? Why you hating? This man ain't.
Listen,
you a hater.
I want to finish with
And I
Ricky
ain't
Smiley.
worried about it.
Ricky Smiley, he lost his son at 54. His son died at 32 years old. Now, the ritual with his son died at 32. The Jesuit order has an emblem of the sun, and it has 32 rays on it. Okay, all of that is symbolism that they use, and as you can see, Ricky Smiley, he's going to continue to make money. You know what I'm saying? He done had a little shame. He's not quite 55 yet, so he's still going through his little shaming, and a lot of this stuff is coming out while he's 54 years old. Because it was almost a year ago when his son died.
Okay.
So you got him, and then you got R. Kelly. R. Kelly was convicted of rape at 54. You know what I mean? So they do the 54 is like a big turning point, a pivotal point in celebrities' lives, depending on what dirt they got on them, and it really all just depends. If they are more, how should I say, if they're obedient behind the scenes. Yeah, the number 54, 42, 30. It's a lot of numbers, man. It's so many.
You said 35,
35 and 46.
I was trying to remember them, but
you know what I mean?
Cause I hit you like, look, man, What this mean?
Yeah, and I give you
in
the
Gematria. But
yeah, see what numbers will stand out for you.
Right.
It depends on what ritual that they're trying to do as well. So, you know what I mean, even the number 52, you know what I mean, because the word Pope equals 52 in Gematria. And we have a 52-week year, 52-week calendar. I forget, somebody had just went down on the number 52. Somebody just died, if I'm not mistaken, I forget. But yeah, they do a lot of rituals all the time on numbers, and they keep doing them over and over to the point of where it's almost hard to keep up. You
okay,
know?
well, our time about up, man.
But yeah, you know, close it out. I just
Tell the people where you can find. You got an Instagram.
I got Instagram. I don't really use it much. Matter of fact, let me go look up my Instagram profile. That's just how much I don't be on it. You know what I mean?
Where you be at?
If you want to find me, I am on IG. I'm waiting for my screen to pull up.
Is
I
it
think
Tony?
I think it's Tony Jr. 80.
Tony Jr. 80.
I think it's Tony
All
Jr.
right.
80.
And if you guys want to find me, it's Alpha College at 1K Instagram. Like I always say at the end, it's not tea, it's protein. Always know living an alpha male life is way better than living a beta male life. Peace out.
All right, see how